light has been shed today on the human cost of the coronavirus pandemic.
Coronavirus.
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 Coronavirus!
Schools across Britain will close by the end of the week until further notice.
We're doing our A-levels.
This does mean that exams will not take place as planned in May and June. You should not be meeting friends. If your friends ask you to meet, you should say no. You should say no.
I've been looking at her, thinking my weed, running up checks, bloody on feet, money like Jay, looking like me. I know we want you, but ain't nothing like me. I've been looking at her, thinking my weed, running up checks, bloody on feet, money like Jay. I've been living, that's what I'm trying to say. Well, you heard I've been out here living my best life. You know what it gets like. I've been out here living my best life. Well, you heard I've been out here living my best life. You know what it gets like. I've been out here living my best life.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
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 Yo, year 13.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello to all of the Leavers.
Hello.
Hi.
Hear me.
Greetings from lockdown.
Hello, Upper Sixth.
Hi.
Shalom.
Hello.
Hello, opposite.
Hi. Hello.
Good morning, Upper Sixth.
Hi.
What, fellas?
Hello.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, opposite.
Hi. Hello.
What are some of your funniest or favourite memories?
Funniest or favourite memories?
Funniest and favourite memories.
Funniest or favourite memories?
Favourite memory.
Favourite memory?
Ooh, that's tough.
All good silence.
Wait, one of our best memories is fashion.
Yeah.
Can't lie,
That's you.
Can we not forget Fashion and Talent 2K19?
Oh yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
No,
Bang.
I'm not gonna lie. I look back on that and I cringe, man. I cringe.
Yeah, at the time it was lit. It was 30.
That was
At the time it was very hard.
Oh,
The
Christian Society was
choreography,
crazy.
the choreography that we put together for that was kind of
No,
nice.
yeah, we planned it. We planned
I was
it.
like,
This
oh,
guy,
can
you
you hear me?
Yeah.
Bruv, even no one wants to hear you, bro.
That was hard. Actually, I put him in a hearse. Hey, and listen, that's it.
Who was there when we bust Kit Kat?
Yeah. You done that nicely, though.
That was chocolate.
Arthur, if you're listening, you still don't know why you're on the stage.
Why was he just there?
He just got nowhere.
At the back in it.
Every clip. Yeah, and then Fashion and Talent. Oh. Okay, thanks.
Fashion and Talent show. Fashion and Talent show is always my favourite evening of the year.
Mr. Oscar, can you make some noise?
No, I feel like Fashion Talent for everyone was genuinely just like a really great memory to look back on. I think when you see how like the year group came together and all that, especially because we didn't really know each other still at that point.
Oh, Fashion and Talent.
Yeah, that one was a very cute one.
On stage.
Yeah.
This sitcom was the first Fashion Talent I ever went to, and like that's the first one I ever like participated in. So it's
Fashion and
like,
Talent. Yeah, there's definitely a lot in that. Yeah, it was very fun, and the whole year came together.
That's to be Fashion Talent.
Yeah, Fashion Talent.
Yeah, Fashion Talent.
But it was really stressful.
I really loved Fashion Talent. When I went out for Soldier Boy, I was too gassed here because I didn't think the crowd would go like that mad. So I was just gassed, like, yeah.
last year I didn't take part either in Ireland. I was just in the crowd. And like the atmosphere there was actually quite alive. Like the end versus the shutdown. It's just a different type of adrenaline. Trust me.
Like the rehearsals and stuff.
That was so funny.
Do you remember the Trap Mash insert video?
Oh yeah. Oh, I like that one. That was a good group though.
Yeah, brother, like, yo. Shut mash, off for the souls. Yeah, I'm like lad. We was out there in the old channel with souls. Anything sketch. Now it's like that. Yeah, brother, like, yo. Shut mash. Man of my nose, a top boy like Ash. Drop out on the up, flash. Grab them souls in the mix. You can ask 3, 4,
So the first one was to ask about funniest memories, and that's really easy. My funniest memory is Vishnu. Walking, talking, attempting to do economics. Yeah, genuinely Vishnu, hilarious.
During our comprehension test in maths, I got a little bit angry, and it annoyed me, so I tore up the paper, and then at the end of the lesson,
You chewed the paper.
I did a few things to the paper,
a little bit.
Take it in. So I was reading it, and all of the words were just going past me. So I got really angry and just had to tear up the paper and chew on it and stuff.
When Louis ate paint.
Oh my god.
That's a big dollop.
No, on a real though, that made me get, like, what's called? That made me have a lot of respect for you, Louis.
Wait, single rows would hand out random sheets and you start eating them as well. You just eat on worksheets.
No, he'd take my sheet, not eating it. Oh my days.
Maybe when it Xavier set his leg on fire. Fahad, you explain the story.
I think Xavier burnt his leg. Like, I can give you the video. He literally burnt his leg off.
Yeah. Basically, Xavier says, I want to get rid of the hair on my leg. So Fahad comes up with a brilliant idea of spraying it with a homemade flamethrower. So Xavier's like, spray it for 1 second. And then Fahad sprays it for like just a second too long. And then his whole leg like gets charred and smells of burning flesh. It was
tasty.
That's so dumb, but that's so stupid.
This whole argument of who's going to drive lasted for 40 minutes.
Oh yeah, I was
40
peaked.
minutes.
We're literally in my car, like all 6 of us, for 40 minutes. I'm not finished. All right, so basically, yeah, we'll then drive into the thing, yeah, and then we receive a FaceTime video, yeah. These men have eggs in their hand. They have eggs in their hand, yeah, and they smear it on Afterman's car. Then obviously after the party, this guy takes fairy liquid from the party, goes to each of their cars, and sprays it on them. But yeah, Afterman's fucked up, yeah, because he put fairy liquid on the wrong car. It wasn't even Tommy's. He put it on the Miles, yeah, and then it wasn't Tommy's.
Oh yeah, so I was taking a piss, and so me and Seven stood next to me, even though there was like a bunch of urinals free. I clocked him, and he was peeking over. He's peeking over at me, and the thing is, he was like a third of my height, so I could clock. He was looking at me, and then he started laughing at me. So yeah, I felt bad.
I like the toilets.
That's really disgusting.
Yeah,
you spent a lot of time in those toilets.
Every day for 2 years we spent in those toilets.
It's a good memory, that.
Joe Nicholson's tooth mark still on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, thanks, Connor.
That's all right, mate.
I didn't cry, by the way. Didn't cry.
He did cry. He did.
Oh, Daisy, you ever loved me with this tooth?
The last day song where we're all in the toilets.
We need to put a little bit of context behind that because it sounds a bit.
We're all banging in the toilet.
I have so many memories of the toilet.
Hey, you already upset. Got I just took him to the very homie. I've been making hits. Time to rap Derek G to let.
Come on, your
Ladies' toilets, mate. Ladies' toilets. What are you doing?
Michael's speech was embarrassing as fuck.
Big Mike's car crash of a speech at Rugby Awards dinner this year was particularly entertaining as well.
I felt so awkward. Because if it was kids, it would have been funny, yeah. But it was just parents sitting in a room, and it was just not. It was not the one.
Comedian, bro. Oh, guys, I wonder who the best player in our team is.
Yeah, Chidi. Definitely Chidi.
Yeah, I think.
That little block.
What is that? It's just.
Why is it 2019?
All the rugby boys, you've made massive strides over your 7 years here, and seeing some of you really develop. I think probably Car Hunt's the ultimate example of that. Someone who didn't know what he was doing in year 7, was running around like a lunatic chasing chickens around the field, and now he's used all that aggression and
You're pissing me off! I want to bang you in the face so much you don't understand.
all that kind of energy to good force, and is playing some amazing rugby.
This is what you hit.
We should just tell funny stories about car hunt for the whole thing.
Yeah. I was going to say, whenever car does anything, just go and just like, when me and Alex said, and then everyone would just come in.
Yeah, we all got.
And Carson as well. Just
Yeah,
Carson.
Carson. You had a video of him tied up.
He just did nothing.
Can't stand up. That video.
Do you have it?
Car hunt chased us for like 2 hours, and then
you
got the video.
That was the time that
you had a video of Carl punching you.
Yeah, and then I sweat up to him, and then the one of Alex.
We've gone through the risk assessment, what could, be potential hazards, and then, be in pairs, go off and continue with your required practical. Then I hear a bit of commotion behind me. I was like, what's going on? And finally, I realised what it was when a youth comes up to me and said, Miss Khan, I've got a bit of glass in my hand, and, that was an understatement. It was a glass tube that he's impaled through the fleshy part of his hand. The trail of blood that we had from where he was working, he took the longest route around the classroom. I don't know why he took such a detour before he came to me, but you could follow the trail of blood until he found me. And it was Daniil consistently coming late to every single lesson, and then calling him up on it. He's got this huge smile because he always smiles. He's never not smiling. Yeah, that's true. And then he's coming into the lesson next, and he's like, "See, Miss Khan, I'm not late." He's still late.
There was this one picture where your wallet looks like you.
I
remember that. I remember that wallet. I remember. That picture was so good as well.
Carson, what was actually your best memory?
My best memory is you guys, obviously. What do you think?
It was a cricket tour to Barbados, which went 2 years ago in the summer. The first person I really need to talk about is Abhishek. Despite being in year 11, it seemed from getting to the airport that not only had Abhishek never actually been to an airport before, but that he'd actually never been outside the confines of his front door before. After all the checks, with airport security, can't take any liquids through. Have you got any liquids in your hand luggage? Have you got liquids in your hand luggage? Have you got liquids? No. Right, great, fine. Get to security, and then Abhishek puts his bag through the scanner and then gets pulled to one side by the security people, and they start to unpack it, taking out massive thing of liquid hand sanitizer, massive thing of Capri Sun. It's like massive bottle of water. You just couldn't believe these things. It was like Pandora's box of things you couldn't take through the scanner that we told him all about already, but he claims he had no idea it was even in there. But I found an all-girls school on a netball tour from Brighton. To eat, there's like a music and a bit of a disco, and all the fellas are sat there and they're nudging each other and they're pointing at each other and they're talking to each other. Oh, should we go and talk to them girls on the bus? Should we go and have a quiet word with them? Like, should someone go and say hello? Ask them how their tour is or whatever. And then no one had the guts to do it. At the corner of our eye, we see someone making it down the steps from where they're all sat. And it's Sam Shepherd. Sam Shepherd marching his way down to the dance floor into the middle of this group of girls doing the worst dad dancing you've ever seen. I mean, awful, appalling dad dancing. Well, fair play to him. He had the guts to go straight down there in the middle and inspired all of his tourist teammates to go and do the same.
Hi everyone. My dedication to you all, the sixth formers of 2019-2020. So I call you Leavers 2020. Funniest moment of my being with you. I haven't been with you guys for that long, but the funny one I can just recall, that I can just think of straight off is time and again the students would be, say, you know, you're in PS where it's quiet and nice.
Isn't that just so sexy?
Bring your sister over here, let her dance with me just for the hell of it.
Wait, turn around.
You say it?
Anna the Dead.
Oh, Riyadh.
Really enjoyed again Eddie and Sam skiving off an entire maths lesson to take photos of himself around the school with a toy rabbit to send to my daughter. That was both touching and irresponsible of you. What else? Ronak's inability to go more than 10 minutes without needing to go to the loo. I think you've probably got a fairly serious medical issue there, Ronak, and you should have it looked at. Yeah, lots of stuff, lots of really positive stuff.
At the time, the infamous 11S.
Oh yeah.
One, two, three, well, on this photo, you all look very angelic. I mean, look at Connor, little angel there. But God knows that you weren't, and there was a few very big personalities fighting for first place.
But how she managed to cope for that? What was it, like 3 years? That's an achievement. What a woman.
Anyway, you've all become like lovely young men. You were very, very maybe immature in year 11, but you know, you changed so much and got some great mentors like Daniel doing such a great job with your basketball.
She took a group of people out, so she was outside the form room, and then all of us started making like orgasms and like just screaming in lessons as we do, and then just have a Kaja down, like going as high pitch as possible, making like, I don't even know what it was, like a squeal.
And even the days when we would be stern and tell you off, deep down we just wanted to laugh because you were so funny. You were such a funny bunch. And yes,
the times of Mr. Fox, you know who you are.
Because apparently I look like a fox.
Prowling around the classroom looking for Mariam, I enjoyed very much. I enjoyed Chidi's antics with his bag. Who knows where that bag is now? But it was really, really, really good fun teaching all of you.
This was when I had year 11 English, I think it was. And it's a story about Riyadh. So Riyadh used to like to kind of make comments that were sometimes a little bit, you know, pushing the boundaries of propriety. And one day Riyadh looked at my makeup and he was looking at my eyeshadow and he said, miss, I like the colour of your eyeshadow, but you haven't buffed your crease. In other words, I hadn't blended the eyeshadow properly. And I told the rest of the English department about that. And then after that, I got lots of questions from my colleagues. Oh, have you buffed your crease this morning?
Yeah, our class would not stop going on. So this is our English A-level class about what happened on the English department trip to Spain. They just wanted to know what had happened on this holiday, and I refused to tell them.
We're not going to tell them now, are we?
Are we? And in our last lesson, they asked me again, and it was the last day before we had to close school, and so I decided I would tell them one thing.
What did you tell them? What did you tell them?
The one thing I told them was that Mr. McLaughlin farts in his sleep.
All right. That was my best memory of that year group. I think that was the very first year group that we took to Stratford. I still remember Michael Daniel performing Moonshine. And that was the funniest thing I have seen in a long time. Michael, you are such a budding actor.
But I think one of the most memorable things was in this year's Rag Week, when the boys were playing the girls, and the boys were playing the girls in netball, and the boys all dressed up in skirts and whatnot for netball, and they absolutely thrashed the girls. And then the celebrations that ensued after were too funny.
When we all did his makeup, that was hilarious, bro.
Oh, you didn't need to. I forgot about that.
Like, I'll send you the video. When we did all the boys' rugby makeup, like it would.
The girls, so Devika, Laura, Anjali, Bianca, giving me skincare tips that I followed for about 2 weeks and never really followed up with.
Eddie, I couldn't say funny without Eddie. Hashtag Ask Eddie. We had Eddie was our celebrity in year 10 when he got work experience for TFL and became a national star overnight for his witty bants. He on Twitter he was brilliant.
An awards event one end of term, and so there was an award for the most famous person, and obviously this was just after Eddie had his massive stardom, like claim to stardom, and he'd been in all the television, the headline, the newspapers, everything, and the class voted for Pablo, and so he was a little bit shocked that it wasn't him. That was really funny.
KJ and Louis Weber bringing pretty much every conversation back to WWE. I'd be like, oh, who was the author of Othello? No, KJ, it is not John Cena. And we'd gone paintballing. So there's a sea of camouflage boys, like all dressed up in their gear. And through the sea of camouflage green comes yellow. I'm like, what's yellow? Who's yellow? And I look over and it's Joe Hodder. And of course, he's dressed as a banana.
What has been your favourite motive?
Favourite motive.
Darren, do you remember a certain party?
I do remember a certain party. It didn't go to plan, so it never happened.
How there'll be no chairs and stuff.
I was just a bit of banter. We live in a generation where like everyone has like a fiery reaction to something which they shouldn't. So I apologise if I attacked any snowflakes there. And yeah, but I don't regret that at all. I'll just say that right now.
What about the piss ups in year 12?
Oh my god, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't remember
Yeah, I did.
what happened at those, I'm not gonna lie.
Bennington at the beginning of year 12.
Oh, the piss up! No, the piss ups was so good. Like I feel like we really
Very entertaining.
I'd have to say my favourite move was Joe's party, to be honest.
don't really remember much of it.
Nothing happened. I was just really drunk. Basically, we just have a good time. Very good time.
Dan.
Yeah, boy, Daniel's motive. Daniel's motive by you.
Yeah, that was hard. Jumping about.
To be honest, it was actually just feelings.
Buddy, I think your party was fun.
I'd love to say the same. I don't really remember much of it. I remember bits. And I remember it.
You have the pictures.
I ended up twerking on a wall. I don't remember how that one happened.
I'm not going to name any names, but Dan had loads of fun at both.
Oh yeah, that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Uninvolved. I'm uninvolved. I wasn't there either.
So your motive was right. Yeah, your one was good.
Yeah, your motive
like
was
remember
good.
anything that happened.
I did cowgirl for the first time that night.
Nice.
I liked Doyle's party because we weren't like I don't think any of us were off our heads. We were just like a good level.
I'm so fun.
What was the best party?
I think Jade's was the most eventful.
Hey, Jade's party. What else? It was the Jade's party, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Elaborate.
I don't know. Really.
That's not.
Yeah, everyone makes mistakes.
Yikes.
Guys. It doesn't need to be in the league. You were very interesting.
That was not me.
Me and Laura are like dancing. Laura stops mid-step. Mariam, look! And there is a Vida and a certain person
someone.
looking
It was not me.
It is not you. It was you, bro.
Ben's was very awkward. We'll put it that way. Mentally for some people.
I think mine's probably mine.
Yeah.
Just because I could.
I think Ben's party was pretty calm.
Davika's party! Yeah, I love Davika's party. That wasn't even a motive. It was. What's for us? Yeah, it was my uncle.
Dan Tran's birthday was the funniest thing.
Why? What was so funny about it?
I wasn't there for it, but I've heard.
Or drunken memories from motives.
Favorite drunken memories?
Any drunken memories? But I guess that was just your whole.
I think that's be a long
I don't think any of us was sober for 5 days.
Alhamdulillah, we ain't drinking this, bro. None of us here drink.
I'm not!
I've never been drunk. Liar!
You liar.
What is alcohol?
Davika threw up straight into it and we had to like empty it into the sink.
Oh yeah, I had my hand like in her sink.
Because I remember I got to the party and obviously I turned off a bit late, and the first thing I do when I see him, he says, I want to throw up today.
Having 12 shots of whiskey, that was big of
and then put your pants.
Yeah. It was a bad night.
It was fashion and talent.
Well, this year or last year?
This year.
I will not say what we were doing before.
Riyadh, Xavier, and all of you lot were literally just screaming your head off, and literally no one else was making any noise. And it was so awkward because everyone just looked back and started focusing on you lot rather than Riyadh. And I was like,
No, it's just the bean. Basically, Luke had like one vodka in his bag. He looked at Luke and he was like, okay, I trust you, you can go. I was right behind Luke, and he was like, I do not trust you, give me your bag, let me search.
Yeah, that was
nothing.
cool.
Y'all can't stop me. Go hard like I gotta eat it within my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark.
Look how drunk this
I got a world to see. And my girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer now. I never ever to the fourth throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people now. Sing this song and it goes like, raise those hands. This is power.
Oh, that was it!
Shut up!
Cheers! What day? January.
11. Go.
I'm so far gone. You're not far gone. I'm far gone. No, wait, no, you're far gone. When you rewatch it, my cheeks will be so red. And the thing is, you're gonna rewatch this and you're gonna send it to me when it's over. Look, you gotta come. Yeah, that's the line. That's the line. 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, man. I'm daily constant. You still so practice? One time. Oh shit, you're not racist. What time?
Thank you, yeah, I'm so damn grateful. I grew up really wanna go fronts, but that's what you get when Wu-Tang raised you. Y'all can't stop me. Go hard like I gotta eat it within my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great.
Wait, this isn't like I'm filming kids.
I consumed a lot of alcohol. I cuddle someone for 5 hours.
You got KJ in the toilet as well.
A Benz.
Oh yeah. KJ.
I never knew it was that bad. Biggest fan of the piss ups is definitely myself.
We went to like a piss up at the beginning of the year. Basically, I had a bit too much to drink, and then one of my friends called their teacher, called their mum, and who was incidentally a teacher at the school, and had to drive me home while I was drunk. I may have thrown up in the car. in my teacher's car. Yeah, that's definitely probably my most embarrassing memory of life.
Connor Moody came to prominence. Let's just say that Connor Moody had I think too much sun. I think it was sun that he definitely had too much of. Unfortunately, Connor was feeling rather unwell on the bus on the way home and decided to be sick on the bus on the way home on top of these girls that we'd newly met. And then Connor got outside the bus and decided to keep vomiting in the bushes. Real bad case of sunstroke.
Do you remember when those girls went mad at us because we started a mosh pit to the Wombats?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the Wombats, what are you doing? When we saw Luke Kong like just stroll through.
We were in the silent disco and Luke Kong, every time we gave him a cup of water, he just lobbed it at someone.
Chucking it, yeah. He was like, don't throw that. He was like, hey.
What about getting on the bus from the station?
And we all had
right at the start. We got in the back seat. Connor just stands up and goes, right, who wants a shag?
Yeah, I remember the last day of
I wasn't that bad, okay?
Bianca getting drunk. Oh, yeah. Like, she was just on the floor.
Can't still claim she loves vodka, but
Drinking makes me happy. Who's that? This guy's alcoholic.
Because it's just got a bit of like, I know it's like sweet, but like,
sweet.
I reckon that most memories we have together are we're all pissed.
Y'all can't stop me. Go hard like I gotta eat it within my heartbeat. And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on shark. We rock. Wanna go wild. I got a world to see. My girl, she wanna see Rome. Caesar make you a believer now. I never ever did it for a throne. That validation comes from giving it back to the people now. Sing this song and it goes like.
Do you guys have any embarrassing memories?
Embarrassing memory.
Your most embarrassing memory.
Alex put the spoon in the microwave.
There's lots of sort of individual moments that happen on tour, which should stay on tour.
Alex just wanted to see what happened if you put wooden spoon in the microwave.
Their fire defences are shit.
My room and the hotel staff was just everywhere, and his room.
And the whole corridor.
The spoon was in the microwave.
Mr. Johnson.
Alex, never in my life.
I ripped my finger. Never ever. Hey, what was it? Dropped in the middle of the road. Yeah, his whole trousers. He came school next day, yeah, with new trousers, and you poured ink in the new trousers as well. 2 trousers in 2 days.
Why are you recording? What you did?
The TikTok.
What?
I never thought I'd stoop to that level.
Hey, remember the award evening when you just showed all your lowlights? Joe just got handed off in the face like 5 times.
Just putting up a video of Joe not tackling.
Alright, but I scored more tries than all of you put together behind Michael and Car Hunt. So what do you have to say to that?
In like year 8 or something, innit? So imagine me, Dino, everyone, we were all in the back row, like, so we were all dashing bare paper in it, but Dino was not involved, like, Dino didn't do anything. I was like, I'm giving the whole back row written warnings, in it, so everyone's getting their written warnings, I looked at my head, yeah, I got my mum can't find out, no, I can't do it.
They just about crying from teachers.
No, yeah. How many teachers do you think made me cry? I know, not Mr. Weston, Mr. Martin, he definitely made me cry. Maybe Mr. Abbas, but I'll maybe more in private, because
Basically, Safwan had the same bottle as Mr. Housden, so we swapped them and we made Safwan think that he drank from it. We told him,
were like, oh,
I didn't tell him.
Mr. Housden.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not gay. Yeah, mine's not.
What about your obsession with insects?
So, unfortunately, one of the legs came off during the capturing process.
It's quite like sexy moths, aren't they, Carl?
yeah, see? That's how it's done. It's actually sexy.
That was a weird time for you.
Every day, man. Every day was just. When I speak, I stutter, and then people just go to me. I hated it. It was hell on earth.
Jesse, what did you say at my party to that waiter? Tell me.
Oh!
What's the cheapest thing on the menu? Look at this.
When Nick asked, put your hands up if you think you're getting a shot, just put his hand up, and he went, Jesse, and started laughing.
Yeah.
There were some things which confused me a lot, not necessarily philosophical. All the points where I was corrected. And I'm sure my philosophy class will remember that.
The first Latin lesson or something, KJ needs the toilet. He puts his hand up like, sir, I really need to go to the toilet. And then Mr. Green's like, wait until break. And then KJ's just like, no one knew each other at this point. And KJ was just like, sir, I have a bladder problem. And then he let him go.
It worked.
When Mr. Jones called Caitlin good girl, and we spent about 20 minutes.
Did I see or something
I don't think anyone else heard it, so I just ignored it. And he
I
brought it
heard
up,
it.
and he was like, oh, I know I called you good girl, and everyone just stared at me. Oh, so bad.
Safeguarding issues.
DM'd in French and was like,
oh yeah,
what's your favourite? Which great scene for that?
That was, and he was like, red one.
He was like,
pal,
red
whatever.
for me, pal. I was like, don't call me pal. And then I was like, that's the wrong answer, sorry. And then he said something, and he was like, mate. I was like, bro, I don't fancy you. Like,
he must have thought you were weird.
100% fruity.
I will actually stab you, Alex. That's the biggest regret.
Fruity!
No, stop. That's your biggest regret, wearing that top. Of all the things you've done, every single thing you've done, that is your biggest regret.
I remember Carmen's bowling as well.
I'll say nothing.
Wait. No, my logic was, if you throw it really hard, like your initial going, like the initial direction, that
You got to keep it on the bloody thing,
Why is
Carmen.
everything about math?
No, it's just like, it's an idea. Well, it clearly didn't work. I was clearly wrong. But...
So you got like 3 points in 10 rounds.
Shut up.
Can't launch the ball out the window. Yeah, can't. Who threw it at him?
Watch the video.
You were sleeping, yeah.
It's your ball. It's your ball. Bullets.
Hey, close the door.
Where's my ball, Carl?
Hey,
relax. Go.
And let's not forget, most recently, Michael did send us an email to.
No, wait.
Oh, no.
Got the cameras. Wait, context. Basically, Miss Ball sent us all a really nice email, yeah? No, I'm fully explaining this. Wait, someone pull up the Gmail. Someone pull up the email, yeah?
Yeah, someone actually.
I got it.
Okay, basically, Miss Ball sent us all a really nice email, and then all of us, like people who are like normal and know how to use a computer, responded privately to Miss Ball, like, "Oh, thank you for all you've done for us," that type of stuff. Michael responds, but does it to the entire class, so we all see his like private conversation.
He was like, "Thanks, you're so sweet."
Why were you so sweet?
Thank you. Also,
I got hacked. I got hacked. Oh, no, guys, listen. I didn't know all you guys can see it. Oh, I have to delete that. No, leave. Wait. I meant to say I, but anyway, man, I fumbled. This is embarrassing. The time when I got shouted at by Miss.
I remember that.
Fam, I can't even nail it down to one teacher. Cause I've been shouted at from every single French teacher.
All of last season.
Yeah,
literally, play with the earphones. When I got injured, then I had to get helped off the fucking pitch like a little bitch. That was sad.
Will, constantly picking holes in MrBarwick.com. You know, I spent a whole summer working on my website and getting to school. And Will, you found holes in it straight away. So.
No, basically I was rapping Rap Save Me in it. D Block, and what's it? I was like, yeah, and then Rap looked at me like, and he was like, you sound like a retard.
Chantal's cucumbers.
Yeah, sure.
I have like
This
That's what my
Does it
mum
work?
That's what I thought.
Right.
Yo, it's the Hyperman set. AJ Tracy live and direct. DJ mash up the deck. The microphone champ is live and direct. And again, it's the Hyperman set. AJ Tracy live and direct. DJ mash up the deck. The microphone champ is live and direct. Said Bob, vibes in that. Cruise like a 4-wheel driving that. Tech time, everything's live in that. My car AJT's on the mic and that. I said Bob, vibes in that. Cruise like a 4-wheel driving that. Tech time, everything's live in that. My car AJT's on the mic and that. Watch the sun now. Had a little beef, but it's done now. I just need a drink and a rub down. When my team's in a place, it's shut down. I'ma ride on a wave to the sundown. Peng ting looking like a touchdown. All my haters getting vexed, calm up now. I went up, my kettle got bust down. Watch the sun now. Had a little beef, but it's done now. I just need a drink and a rub down. When my team's in a place, it's shut down. I'ma ride on a wave to the sundown. Peng ting.
And I swore, yes I did. I'm potty mouse. Naughty me.
Yo, it's the Hyperman set. AJ Tracy live and direct. DJ mash up the deck. The microphone champ is live and direct. And again, it's the Hyperman set. AJ Tracy live and direct. DJ mash up the deck. The microphone champ is live and direct. Said Bob, vibes in that. Cruise like a 4-wheel driving that. Tech time, everything's live in that. My car AJT's on the mic and that. I said Bob, vibes in that. Cruise like a 4-wheel driving that. Tech time, everything's live in that. My car AJT's on the mic and that. I'm a rock star. I get the yatty love like a pop star. And when I'm in my ends, I'm a block star. Wait, everybody run from the cop car.
Really enjoyed the banter around Caitlin and Sam's. They have a short-lived illicit relationship.
Must be love, love,
Love,
you do.
It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. It must be
I think that's smoothly.
Yeah, I think it went smoothly. It's going smoothly.
So I spent 2 years trying to work out what was going on between Ash and Johnny, and I still don't know. I don't know. Every lesson it seemed to be a different. I don't know.
Especially like trying to work out the romantic dramas going in the cast. Little do they know that we actually got the seating plans to our ships.
every night, every day. I couldn't be happy any other way.
Going into Mrs. Owen's office, and then she was like, I hope you invite me to yours and MK's wedding.
Oh,
I'm trying to focus on that. I turned around, I looked at her, then at the corner of my eyes, they're making out.
Carl and Jamola's little bromance. You lot have such a special relationship. I love it.
How the hell you guys kissed?
You need to stop kissing me on the cheek.
Oh!
I think I'll give those ends.
It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love.
Katie, that's snap for this.
Like, I actually thought you guys were going out. Let me know, like,
Yeah.
Funny or memorable moments you've had as a class.
Funny and memorable moments as a class.
All the science lessons were jokes, to be fair. Like,
This lesson we're gonna work on how we get hot. Bio practicals are just disgusting, like both my classes.
Oh, no, you've done it.
Probably when Miss Billy Pedro made us post.
One lesson she was like, "Oh, I'm hungry, guys. Does anyone want toast?" And everyone put their hand up, and she was like going back and forth from the technicians were bringing everyone toast.
The cover lesson when Michael Nugo did the rap.
And I'm bold, and I'm bold, and I'm strong, really strong, still go. Give it a long life sentence.
I think I'd have plenty, but most of the time I was asleep, so I don't know.
Remember chemistry? Huh? You remember the chemistry?
And then Miss Bird walked into the room and was like, a lot of you are going to improve by 1.5 grades, but there will be some of you that would not improve at all and will end up getting straight U's. And at that exact moment, Xavier looked Miss Bird in the eye in front of everyone and just did his stupid hand thing. Miss Bird just looked at him as if he was about to,
I remember that time me and Michael were eating the chocolate rolls, then Miss Bull saw how we were eating them. She's like, guys.
No homo, that's all I'm gonna say. No homo.
No homo, no homo. Our socks were on, no eye contact, it's fine.
Oh my gosh, Berlin.
Oh, yeah.
Just the whole trip.
Recently, Berlin was absolutely awesome, taking the historians to Berlin.
The wheelchair was my highlight.
The wheelchair bowling?
Yeah, the wheelchair.
That video is so weird because it's just Jade going into his croc.
Having to push Jade around in her wheelchair was particularly fun.
Wheelchair races. Gabriel, and you almost killed me.
Oh, what? Oh. I wouldn't call it that.
We were talking about the passing of same-sex marriage legislation, and then all I know is just Ewan just keeps looking at me.
No! Shut up!
We had baking days, baking Fridays.
When Miss Ball made those biscuits, and they taste. I'm not gonna lie. I love as much as I love
I love
like Miss Bull.
bacon. Personally,
Miss
I
Gibbs
love
tastes like
everything
sand.
Miss Bull bakes.
And I see Michael put it in his mouth and he goes,
That's understanding to the camera.
No, I'm not involved. Miss Bull, I'm not involved.
I'm not involved. Miss Bull, we love your baking, okay? That's
Bull, we
them.
love you.
That's on them.
I'm gonna say like a teacher's name, and then I want you to say like the first thing that comes to your mind, or your favorite memory of them, stuff like that.
All right, we'll start off big. Mr. Robertson.
When I hear Robertson, I just hear.
The best assembly we've ever had.
Oh,
yeah.
Manners.
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 Manners is great. He's one of those people that you don't appreciate until you leave school, because you only when you get older and you get more wiser, you realize the message behind what he was saying and how much dedication he actually put into your year group. And I think he was a good year leader in year 7, and he was very, very good head of opposites in year 13, and we were very privileged as a year group to have him.
Yeah.
It's my slide, my guy.
I respect the KK thing though. That's why.
Yeah, no, yeah, I respect him.
He hustles hard, you know. He hustles hard.
Like right before we left school, me and him were definitely not on good terms. It's because my phone had been confiscated and Miss Pushpanathan had told Mr. Robertson. So he came in and he went mental. Like,
You got lucky. You told Pushpa that you're on Snapchat.
You're on Tinder in the middle of the lesson.
Shush. He got very angry at me. To be fair, at that point, I was very angry at him. I was not happy. But by the end of the last day, when I went to go like get my phone back and like I spoke to him like a little bit. I don't know. It was a good like sign, a last like thought on like Mr. Robertson. And it was like I've kind of realised that he is still doing like all of this stuff for our benefit. Like I was like literally wrong, and I hate admitting I'm wrong. Like this is one of the first times
You were on Tinder during our stats lesson.
Come on, stop saying that.
No, don't you think, yeah, he shouts at someone, I've seen him shout at someone, and then he'll just go back to normal and just smiling at everyone the next second.
So he smiles whenever he's talking, whenever he's angry.
I remember the first time we saw Robertson angry.
Because Robertson was really pissed off and he was shouting at KJ, but he was smiling.
He does that
and
face.
KJ started smiling back at him. And then he got shouted at even more.
No, I do love Robertson. Like, he is a serious guy, can be scary, but on the other side of him, he is a really nice person. I feel like you could talk to him about anything.
See, like, he was our year leader, or he's my year leader in year 7, and it was like, I think from the get-go, you kind of had this like feeling that all he wanted for us was the best, and like make sure no one felt left out, and everyone had a place to call home, I guess.
Yeah.
That people who are going to go on and flourish. I'm so proud of people like Woodsy and Scott, who are some of my historians who are going to Oxbridge. Gabriel, who is one of the brightest people I've ever taught. People like Chidi and Oogs really stand out as people who have added some character to what was an already amazingly characterful year group. You've been incredible since you joined, and you've shown real leadership, and you have the ability to influence people and make people feel good around you, and I'm really proud of both of you for that. Eddie, you've been entertaining for the last 7 years. Your endless happiness and your endless kind of enthusiasm for life, as much as anything else, is really infectious, and that's a skill that you have that so few people have, and you can light up a room when you go into it. And for all of you, I encourage you to learn that skill, how to talk to people, of not just your peers but adults, professionals, because it will get you just as far in life as any qualification that you get on paper. So when you're at your interview, think of Eddie Smith as your role model. Eddie, I bet you never thought you'd hear anyone say that. Particular kind of thanks go to Caitlin, who has been admirable alongside Tom. You've both been incredible, but also to all of the vice captains as well, and to Kabir as head prefect. Not many people understand the sacrifice it takes to be effective in those roles. So my sincerest and deepest thanks to all of you. But especially my historians who I taught through GCSE and then at A levels, I can't name all of you, but to give a couple of examples, people like Jivan, who have just get on with everything. You're super polite, you're enthusiastic, you get stuck into everything, and there's not many better blokes out there than you. And there's loads of other examples of people who I've had the kind of privilege to teach over the last 5 years, sat in front of us today.
Mr. Hassan.
He's more of a mate than a teacher. He's more of a mate than a teacher.
he's just our friend, bruv. My G, like.
No, I'll say collectively, we all agree on Mr. Hassan is nice to all of us.
Yeah, Hassan.
Like Safwan always coming into my office when I'm trying to do work. He'd always come in at the worst possible time when I've got an email that I'm trying to send and I've got about 3 minutes to send it, and he'd always come in and just try to waste my time.
Come in.
Oh, hey, sir.
Hey, Safwan.
How you doing, sir?
I'm just in the middle of writing a very important email, Safwan, so if you could give me a few minutes, that would be much appreciated.
Am I your best friend, sir?
Yes, Safwan, you are my best friend.
I feel like you can joke with him as if like he's your mate, and then at the same time you can be like, there's that dynamic where he's still the teacher and you're the student, and you can respect that relationship.
Yeah.
And he's professional with it as well. So
in chemistry, he would like, actually, I'm gonna come sit at the back and just talk to you a lot.
Yeah, lower sixth chemistry, Mr. Hassan was actually funny. We're just talking about how he used to be a gangster in Collier's Woods.
I mean, mainly the banter in the lessons. Sometimes I think, how did my classes even get any work done?
Oh yeah, it was his face. Yeah, when I told him, when he saw what I ranked for the end of the year, he was just gassing it because he thought I was so dead at chemistry. He was thinking in his mind like, how did this guy get this? Like, he was so surprised.
Like Darren thinking that he's too sick at chemistry and always wanting to sit with the back row guys, but never really getting there. Ogaga, always thinking that he smashed the test and then end up getting bottom of the class, which is always jokes. You know I love you.
Individuals that stand out for you in your year.
Oh, I hate to say it, but Xavier, just because he would just get on my nerves so much. Just always doing the wrong thing, Xavier. Like, I don't know what it is. It just really get on my nerves. The guy is just nuts. Love him to bits though, but yeah, just Xavier you're a nutter, mate. You're an absolute nutter. You just caused me so. I'm feeling really stressed just even talking about it right now. Salmana, I just always found Salmana to be such a lovely and compassionate girl, and I really hope that she always stays that way, because it's what we need in the world. We need more of that in the world at the moment. So. Yeah, never change, Salmana.
Miss Ball.
Yeah, Miss Ball she was really
10
good.
years.
Yeah, really good.
This ball was great. Didn't give me year 11 prefect.
The OG.
It's fine, I'm not mad about that.
Love her.
Very nice. Best year leader ever.
Best year leader, yeah. She's a great year leader.
My amazing English class, my winning teaching moments in sixth form was always when I would say something and I'd see Ali Haider nod his head like, and writes it down. I'd be like, winning at teaching. I said something that Ali Haider agrees with.
If ever I've said something and I saw that Ali Haider nodded, I thought, yes, I've said something clever. Or if he actually wrote it down, I thought, oh my God, I'm a genius. Ali Haider, let's write it down.
I'd be trying to, and the class would be like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever, yeah, okay, yeah, no, you're all right. And he'd say something, and then all of a sudden they'd be like, and then they'd write down everything he said. I was just like, guys.
It was like the first week as well, and I just saw, like, she said a word wrong, and Ali was just laughing at her. That was like the first time I'd seen this guy laugh. It was so bad.
Favourite and most memorable teachers?
Gotta be Mr. Flick.
Yeah, Flick.
Gotta be easily, without a doubt. Flicky boy.
His relationship with our Gothel class is unmatched, and all like the work he put into us.
The best teacher I've had, I think. You know when a teacher cares about their subject, and then it even makes you like the subject more, because you can see that like the teacher really cares about it. So yeah.
Of course, you guys were the first sixth form class that I taught, because when I joined the school, some of you guys also joined the school at the same time. And I'll definitely remember lots of different individuals. Obviously, I really enjoyed teaching the 2 lower sixth classes. Enjoyed having the form upper sixth Ruskin in this year just gone. But particularly, I enjoyed all those 16 very special individuals in the upper sixth politics class.
I've done the A level.
What was it, the archival libraries in Churchill College, Cambridge? I'm like, yes, so we got it. You went to Cambridge.
I'm the master of the master themes. This is the
Oh,
master.
yes.
Grandmaster,
The
the
Grandmaster
master.
And just remember, guys, remember those master themes.
Is Mr. Davies.
Davies
I
is
got
the
me
most
out
chill
of 20
teacher,
minutes.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, but his refereeing skills are so questionable.
He was just funny. Also, he's head of Mandeville, and he just like made everyone like the house very welcoming and safe.
Very good housemaster.
My beloved Mandeville House. I don't think I've ever seen a more committed group of people in terms of house competition, and obviously, as everyone watching this video will know, we did win 3 Cockhouse Cups on the spin.
Oh, sorry.
And your year group was absolutely instrumental in achieving that. The year above you were keen and they had great house spirit, but in terms of talent, they weren't a patch on you in that.
It was a weird transition from him being very harsh with us from like year 7 to year 10, year 11, and then being like one of the most safe teachers after that.
Okay, what about Mr. Jones?
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones.
Hail the king. Mr. Jones is actually my hero.
Tutankhamun trip, and just wandering around with Luke and Ewan and Scott and just, you know, genuinely having a chat as if you know, we were kind of almost going to this exhibition as friends, with the exception of Luke, who was filming me, which is a little bit weird.
Wow. Miss Co.
Queen.
In English, there's meant to be no wrong answer, but Miss Coach is just like, you'll just tell you you're wrong.
I never remember that time of the teacher going like, does anyone need any help sheets? And no one puts a hand up, she goes and gives it to Connor.
And I just want to say well done to Connor.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have the easiest journey, just in general. And when he started A level, we were wondering how's he going to do. It's a lot of work. And you were incredible. You rose to our expectations. You worked like a Trojan. You were absolutely brilliant. And we had a class that were really diligent, really hardworking, really high ability, and you kept up with the standards. So you should be incredibly proud of yourself. I know that Miss Coe and I were always completely blown away by how hard you were working and how well you were doing. So keep up that work ethic, and you'll go very far.
Yeah. How great Caitlin was. Having Caitlin, she was the only girl in our class. Not that it was a particularly macho class, really, actually. But anyway, yeah, Caitlin was the only girl, and she was absolutely wonderful. The first female captain of the school. What an amazing achievement. And a Ruskin girl as well. So yeah, I think she's going to go on to do some pretty wonderful things with her life, I bet.
Artaban, he has worked incredibly hard to turn things around in English, and I really hope he goes on to do great things in the future. The girls, Hannah and Ash, what would I do without having a couple of girls in the class?
Thank you to Johnny Isaacs. Taught you for 4 years. You've been incredible. Forbesy, you were brilliant. Made me laugh. Thank you.
Ben Wright, who's hopefully going on to do English at uni.
Miss Pushbar.
That's my G.
Queen!
That's my G.
That's my
That's
G.
my
That's
G.
my brethren.
I didn't do maths. I respect you.
Thank you, Miss.
If there's any teacher you'll want, is Miss Pushbar, because she's actually
She is that
she
teacher.
keeps it real.
That
She
teacher.
keeps it real.
Yeah, no,
You
she's
get
cool, she's cool.
I don't know who that is. But yeah.
Mr. Bandari.
He's a
G. That's the guy.
My slang. Keeps it real.
I grew up in Brixton, and I think he's a trapper.
He's always
said his gang story. The only thing I could imagine is just like tiny little Mr. Bandari just going up to this guy like so much taller than him.
Mr. Quaintrell.
The Quaintrell chased us through like loads of cows.
Ahmed Baig, he reckons he's a European Taekwondo champion. Do you believe that? I don't. He likes to be called Hard Med.
Queen Daddy.
Shout out Queen Troll, yeah. Quenny.
And Croft.
And Croft.
Shout out Mr. Queen Troll, bro.
With the massage.
Daniel Adjei would be inappropriate, professionally inappropriate to say what I thought of you before year 10. Can't say it on video, but you turned out to be a top chap. Really enjoyed teaching you. It's been great the last couple of years. Michael, the Wrecking Ball Daniel, solid guy, literally and metaphorically. Red Fast. Ryan Mendes, you are a legend. Forbes asking me to give him a noosh, to which I must say, oosh! So that's the good, the bad, the ugly, Vasican, sorry, and Mus. And bad and the ugly would be Cadillac. Why are you always chatting so much rubbish? I'm going to miss you like a hole in the head.
Miss Gabrielle.
Miss Gabrielle.
Gabrielle,
like,
form tutor for 2 years.
Form tutor.
Yeah.
I have so much respect for her.
I think she's passionate about her. She is passionate about her job, which is the main thing that any teacher should have, which is very good.
I'd like to thank you for dropping by, for saying hi to me or having a chat with me in the corridors and in ML3 in the past 2 years. Especially when I was no longer teaching you.
Mr. Johnson and Mr. Meta.
You actually think about it. You actually think about it. Mr. Meta was a nice guy. Like, you actually think about it.
Just had shit players.
Yeah.
No, I feel like he actually likes some of us. If it wasn't for rugby, yeah, would actually be tight with him. He was like let down, I think, and I don't blame him.
Michael, obviously, help captain with Chidi. I thought it gets mentioned because he was just phenomenal this year.
Joe Doyle, fantastic throughout, not only on the rugby pitch but also off, keeping morale very high.
KJ, who's been absolutely phenomenal.
Obviously Luke Kong as well, obviously solid performer throughout.
What an indisciplined bunch you were when I took you over in year 10. How training was just hard work.
Remember he walked away from our training session when he wasn't on.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
He walked away at year 10.
But by the time you got to year 11, you were overturning a Wimbledon College side that had beaten you by 60 points the year before. You were stuffing them 52-33. So just say well done for that, really. And
Jonathan Clifford, really enjoyed him. He was my twos captain for rugby. Really nice guy. A big highlight from John was when he kicked from fullback from underneath our posts and kicked it really high, caught in the wind and actually went behind our own posts, and then they scored. Well played, John.
Sam Shepherd, someone I missed, who played both rugby and cricket as well, a bit, year 10s and year 11s. I hope he gets back running because very talented, but just make sure you're involved in sports, Sam. You're an absolute superstar.
I don't think anyone will forget Mr. Morrissey, especially Sam Connor. Right, just because you were fat and ugly in year 7.
Mr. Morrissey, oh my days. If you're blonde and you have blue eyes,
Connor.
my favourite student.
Is Miss Diamond.
Oh, I love that woman. I love that woman with all my heart.
Also, Mr. Moran, what's your...
I think the most iconic thing about Mr. Moran is his voice and his face palm. Someone would just start speaking.
Oh,
and
yeah.
do some face
palm,
like,
And then, like, 2 minutes later, you just be like this one. He's gonna be upset, bro.
No, one lesson in it, I wasn't even in the lesson in it. And then he was screaming my name and he was like, Nomad, come to the front of it.
Bro, I was there, innit? I was like, sir, Namad's not here. And he was like, Namad, where's Namad?
yeah. But he's definitely an iconic teacher at the school.
So Martin,
free
arrow, free the guy. I don't understand how big this was in year 8. Oh my days! I know. Mr. Errol Martin was he was there from until Christmas, and then we came back and no one had seen him, and like people had lessons. They're supposed to have him, but he just wasn't there, and the teachers had no idea about this. You can see that they didn't have a clue what was going on either. So everyone started putting up like signs saying "Free Errol."
Free the guy. Yeah, if you look under any table in the toilet, the pigeon, the cubby holes, it will say Free Errol. Remember we found his house? We found his house.
I say he's an accountant.
We found his new house this year.
No, there's only one. There's only one.
Gabe, who looks an awful lot like he's just swallowed a fly, I think. Johnny Isaacs looking very cool in his sunglasses there. Joe Doyle not looking so cool. Still resplendent Doyle. We've got Harshim really enjoying life in the front row there. Who else can we spot? We've got Joe Nicholson there beaming. We've got Luke Kong at the back. Clever boy Luke Kong, very bright. Ryan not wearing his yellow hoodie for once. What a trip.
Starting off with Ronak, I will always remember your house music performance this year. It was so special. Thank you for that, and thank you for really pushing your musical talent. Tom O'Sullivan, I remember when you said to me in year 7 that you don't really do singing, and now look at you, you've come so far. You're composing amazing pieces. Alex Stilgo, the way you've grown has been amazing. Your playing is still amazing, and I'm hoping that you will carry on doing music as well. Another one who played amazingly in our house musical was Piers Whitehead. We would not have been able to do that without you playing so amazingly on the drums. Other people from the GCSE class, Luke Shaw, you've been amazing and showing your amazing guitar playing.
And some of the individuals I want to pick out from that. Luke Kong, well done. You know, being vice captain for clubs and societies this year, taking it on from Niket, but having to face the new task of a different structure, a different system with the new school day, and you've done that absolutely brilliantly well. You've taken on something in Junior Hutchins, and you've made it an absolute roaring success. Abida Hashim, you know, the Hutchins Society has been phenomenal this year, week in, week out, brilliant talks, great attendance. So thank you so much for that. Camille, your work with ACS, not just ACS, but other co-curricular that you've done. So I'm eager to get involved in the co-curriculum of the school straight away. So Camille, thank you so much for that.
How can I forget about them, man?
I really like her, but the amount of homework she set was
I was really impressed with Tom and Riyadh, because they were obviously the head of school and deputy head of school. They did that really, really well. And then the leadership team for Radcliffe. So we had Sam, Mary Kate, Atiza, Niall and Eddie. I think I've missed someone. And then in terms of biology, there were tons that had just worked so hard and were really turning things around. Seamus had really improved towards the end. He was really working hard. But there was others that had worked consistently hard and had done really well. So obviously Luke Kong and Riyadh had got consistently high results. Samana, Aisha, Ahmed, Anish, Ayub was doing really well, Amal, just so many of them. I apologise that I missed out so many, but
Mr. Dickoff.
Legend.
You too, Ken.
He chooses his victims wisely. He does. And it is victims, like, so entire year 12, I just held smoke every single lesson.
Right, I did the DCC and I've shown him, and then he started clapping, and I was like, and then it's like, how could you be so wrong? I'm like,
that's my guy.
That's my guy as well.
He's a big baller. He's a big baller.
Mr. Dickoff.
Oh yeah, Mr. Dicker, that's the guy.
Oh, this guy's
right. That's the guy.
Stamina does not run out. Stamina does not run out.
Yeah, one of my favourites, Ugo, obviously, good lad, average basketball player, but you know we've all got our flaws. Been some top economists, Hashim, good guy, Rishi, good guy. Ronak had his moments sometimes. Okay, fine. Vishna occasionally wasn't totally annoying.
Last question. What are you going to miss most about WCGS?
What will you miss most about WCGS?
What will I miss most about you? Yeah, well, probably those things that I've said. You know, just I think you're a great year group in terms of getting the mix absolutely right between having fun, having a laugh, and you know, kind of taking a mickey, and at the same time having this kind of phenomenal work ethic.
So it's really difficult to pinpoint one thing when there are so many of them, because they're just so kind and so lovely to be around. So the school won't be the same without them next year.
I think the word that first comes to mind when I think about your year group is the word memorable, because I certainly will remember everyone, especially that I taught and that was in my form, of course, this year, because you guys were the first sixth form group that I had, and I'll always remember that. And
looking down my list of students that I teach, so yeah, I was looking at Radfus, Anish, Varun, Hummer, Chidi, Arjun, Lynn, John Joe Connor, Devika, Emmanuel, Eve. And I just thought, what a nice bunch of people. Like, genuinely, what a really nice bunch. You're genuinely very, very nice people. I wish when I was at school, the people I went to school with were as nice as you guys. I really think, you're good people, and I think you're going to go very far in life because, people like nice people, and they'll go out of their way to help you, like hopefully we have as a staff body.
I've set foot in lots of schools, but WCGS is the nicest school I've been in.
Came from a school where I was bullied, mentally, emotionally, physically abused. I had mini eggs thrown in my head. Just bare disrespect every day, and it wasn't nice. Then came to a great school like Wellington, and it's been great teaching you all over these past 6 years. So thank you, really. It's been good fun.
I think there's going to be a huge void, particularly just the manner of which we've had to say goodbye and not getting those extra months of teaching you, and seeing you improve and be ready for your exams. And I think that's what we miss as well, not being able to say goodbye to you, a proper good send off, because that helps us as well. It's our way of kind of putting it into what has been a wonderful year group and getting to teach you. So yeah, it's all those little things, the kind of jokes that you have that you don't have with every single year group. I think that's what we'll miss, and it will be a huge void in Wellington. So yeah, I'm gonna miss that.
Mr. McLaughlin and I are really sad that our leadership team are leaving us, because you just are a phenomenal leadership team. And for Carew, I think we're never going to find a year group that has quite the same amount of passion and love and dedication to the school that you guys have shown.
And just seeing all of you grow. People who have, I remember as being 3'5" in year 7, turning into amazing young men and women.
I will actually miss the people. It's just weird, like not getting to see the same group of people every day. If
Exactly.
That makes sense. I don't know. Even when we just like sit together in the canteen and stuff and talk about rubbish, that's more fun than just, I don't know.
I'm gonna miss the vibe.
I'm kind of upset, not upset, but like I feel like it ended so like suddenly.
Yeah. Probably the people, like just the environment and the fact that I was cut so short. Everything.
Yeah. There's people that you talk, but like you're never
Yeah, no, I get you.
You're never gonna see them. Yeah.
Well, I think us guys, we're a great team. I really appreciate everyone and the stuff that they've helped me with over the years. I think we were fabulous. You really developed me, I think, as a person, and I really appreciate everything you've done.
Yeah.
So all the best.
No, private study sessions though.
And you know what I miss, yeah? Blackjack at lunch. Blackjack at lunch was amazing, man.
Right.
He said, come to my yard, you can do it there. And that sounded a bit free, though. Man said, come to my yard.
No, I think I miss the people, like being around. I feel like our year group, we were very like.
itself, but it's like this dynamic.
I mean, 7 years in the school, like it was just amazing.
And like, the whole feel of the school. It's been a long 7 years. It's been really long.
Yeah, exactly. Just like the vibe and like the family feel to it, It's cliche, but it is true.
I just miss the canteen. Those conversations, like.
Oh yeah.
We could chat for an hour just about.
Our canteen conversation.
Yeah. Everyone has their own groups in it, but like, but I think a lot of people that are like there's a lot of people that are calm with my way. Like,
Private study, 1.
you know what it is? It's just being around like.
Yeah, that's the only thing I miss, like just seeing people that you like day to day.
And just that awkward. Alright, we say.
The atmosphere in those house events, if you've been there, I think it's just very unique.
I'll probably miss rugby. I was playing the first team, things like that. That was really inspiring to me.
The sort of atmosphere, like club societies and stuff like that.
If I were to miss something specific, then it wouldn't be just. I wouldn't be doing justice to WCGS. It's like it's every single part of WCGS. I mean, it's WCGS, like be it corruption, be it
be it house events, be it the people there, be it the teachers there, or our own personal motives, like, if you know what I mean.
It's just going to be a lot harder to hang out. Like, when you're at school, it's easy because obviously people are breaking lunch, but when you're in uni or just evening holidays, it's harder.
I think that definitely just seeing everyone every day. I think that's gonna be like what I like once it kind of hits. I think it's gonna hit like once we start going to university and we're literally just like we're gonna have to like put in the effort to like see each other. So like seeing all of these guys and seeing like all of my friends from the year. I think not seeing them every day is gonna be a big difference, and I think I'm gonna miss that.
My message to you guys is that you were the first year group that I had the opportunity to take all the way from year 12 through to the end of your A-levels, and it sucks that it's ended in this way, but it just goes to show that you never know what life is going to throw at you, and you need to be able to adapt and roll with the punches, and always in a bad situation, always keep a positive attitude. And take advantage of the situation and learn to see the collateral beauty anytime anything goes wrong, because there's always beauty in everything. Each and every one of you is special and destined for success.
And I say this to you, like a fountain of gold, your memories will never grow old. Go out there and be the shining light.
I would like to say to the current year 13s to keep in touch. I know people say that and I don't really mean it, but I genuinely mean stay in touch.
Keep in touch. I'd love to hear how you get on at university. I'd love to hear how you get on in the course of your life after university.
I'm really going to miss you guys, and I'm sure if we do get a proper goodbye event at some stage, it'd be lovely to say that to everyone in person. But as for now, stay safe and enjoy post-school. Adios.
Please do come back for if we're able to have like a speech night or anything like that, and you can come back if you've gone to university, then it would be absolutely brilliant to see you, because as I say, you are an absolute really quality year group. I've not got a bad thing to say about you, and I just wish that we were all kind of sat in the hall and we're going to have hugs and high fives all around at the end of this. But yeah, look after yourself. See you later.
See you later, guys. Have a great time next year at uni. Hopefully don't see you next year.
It's been an absolute pleasure to be a housemaster for all of your time at the school. I wouldn't have it any other way. Remember, we are here for you. Stay in touch. Let us know how you're getting on. If you need any help from any of us, we're only an email or a phone call or whatever type of communication away. Come back. It'll always be your school. But most importantly, and I think if this recent period has taught us anything, is you need to take the advantage of every opportunity you're given. Like, make the most of situations, because you never know when they're going to really drastically change.
And finally, stay hungry, stay foolish.
Put yourself out there, take risks, and make sure that no opportunity goes unmissed, because you're all amazing people, you're all endlessly bright, and you're all absolutely lovely. And you will go far in this life as long as you push yourself to take those risks, and you do everything that you can be to be the best person you can be, not just in your professional lives and your academic lives, but in your personal lives as well.
I think the bonds that you form with your kids when you're a year leader, they never go away. I was basically your school mum for several years, and I watched you grow into incredible people, and I'm so proud of you. And I'm sorry, and I'm just so sorry that you didn't get the end of year that you deserved. You deserve so much more. You have an incredible family behind you that will never go anywhere. We will always be here, and you will always have each other. You have been a year group with so much talent and so much strength, and your friendships are incredible, and that will never ever go anywhere.
And just thanks for a great 7 years.
Remember all the things we wanted, now all the memories they're haunted. We were always meant to say goodbye. Even with our fists held high, it never would have worked out right. We were never meant for do or die. You know that I love you so. I love you enough to let you go. I want you to know that it doesn't matter where we take this road, but someone's gotta go. And I want you to know you couldn't have loved me better, but I want you to move on, so I'm already gone. So I'm already gone. Remember all the things we wanted, now all the memories they're haunted. We were always meant to say goodbye. I want you to know that it doesn't matter where we take this road, but someone's gotta go. And I want you to know you couldn't have loved me better, but I want you to move on, so I'm already gone. I'm already gone. Remember all the things we wanted, now all the memories they're haunted. We were always meant to say goodbye.
My drip is a talent, saving is boring.
Why are you in uniform?
That's what they all said.
Hi everyone. Yeah, if you want, just do whatever, it's all good.
Oh, okay.
I should wrote it down.
I did write it down, I have a pussy.
You wrote it down?
Brian, are you gonna blank this again?
Memories from lessons. Hang on a second. So, you need to be quiet. You need to be quiet. Sorry.
That's some sort of animal there.
Do you guys have any big regrets?
Let's have a question.
Joe White would think.
Look who's calling me, Michael.
Oh my god.
Tell me it's too late. I'm not recording.
Hello. Yes, you did. Of course you did. Look at you. Huh? We did. Yeah. Yeah. I think you put this in for like a blooper or something.
Was quick if I dare. You see me here, some over there. I was OT popping. Shit, trying to get my spot popping. Shit.
Why is old man even get stopped?
That's how they do.
Don't be afraid of the dog. Come on, don't be afraid of the dog.
This is Boris.
Oh, Dimitri, turn on your...
Oh, he's the computer scientist. He doesn't even know.
We
So as soon as I'm finished that, you again, and it restarts again.
But that's the same as TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah, just like TikTok.
Wait, one question.
Please, yeah.
Just when I get to see those, like the whole video.
When I say one, can you all say bye? So I'll count you in. Yeah?
3, 2, 1. Go.
Bye. Bye. Alright, bye. Bye. See you later. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
In a bit.
Bye.
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 Alright, get skunked in a bit. Bye.
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 Thank you for tuning in. Been a great pleasure. Bye now.
It's gonna be hell to edit.